To open the application, we look for the icon of the application on the desktop, and the icon is here. The application is called Matrix, and this is Matrix 3. So we double click on that, and then this window opens up, and here we see homepage M3, that is Matrix homepage 3. We double click on that, and it opens up the application, and this is the first thing that we see when the application is open. This place is the home page, as we see it written here, Matrix homepage, and here we see the logo, and we see a line here that says business software, and then we see another line that says fast, easy and accurate. Now another line down here says welcome. It's welcoming the users. Now on the right hand side here, when we look, we see about this app. Now the type of the app is Excel VBA application. The system requirements is Windows 7 and above, MS Office 2013 and above. The purpose of this application is conversion. This application can be used to convert one currency to the other and one unit to another. Now from there we look at this part here which says the developer, which is Sehtijan Khan. That's me, that's my name, Sehtijan Khan, and I am the developer of this application. scanfoundation72@gmail.com, that is my email address. Now when we look down here, we see a line that says please enable macros before you start. Now it is a VBA application. VBA applications work with codes, that's a macros. Now for the application to work properly, you must enable the macros. Now let's go straight to the tabs, and then we enable the macros. Here we look for the developers tab, and then we click on that, and then we look for macro security here, and then we click on that, and then a window opens up. When this window opens up, we see a list here. We tick this one which says enable all macros. Now here we say okay to that, and then our macros are enabled and the application will work properly now. Now from there, that's a start button here, and when we click on that, the application starts. We click on that and it takes us to a place called the converter. Now the converter here, there is a button that can take us back to the home page. This button, when you click, it takes you back to the home page. And there is also the business name here. The business for which this application is developed, again, is ZP Computer Services. This is an example that I have placed here. Now from there we see the start button here. This start button also starts now the converter. So we click on that, and then we are here on the dashboard. This is the converter dashboard, and as you see, this can take us back to the converter, and then this is the dashboard. Now here the dashboard has many items. Here we see currency, we see temperature, we see miles and kilometers, liters and gallons, pounds and kilograms, feet and meters, inches and centimeters. Now these are the conversions that we're going to make. So to start, we start with this button here that says currency, and it will take us to the currency converter. I click on that and it takes us to the currency converter. This is the currency converter here, and we see currency converter, that's Matrix currency converter. And then here, let's delete that date there so that we can have the fresh data, the fresh application, and then we start entering data in it. Now when we look here, we find it is saying conversion slip. This is a conversion slip, and then we see high value to lower value currency. Now the other part here, because this is divided into two parts, one part here and the other part down here. Now this part also says Matrix currency converter, and then it says here conversion slip from lower value to higher value currency. So the first one from higher value to lower value, and the second one from lower value to higher value currency. We'll come to understand all this. Now from there we go on and look at the entries that we are supposed to make here. Now these entries, we can see this is a box that says rate 1. Now 1 is here. Now when we get to the next box, we click on it, we find a drop down list from where we can pick our currency. Now when we say 1, we take for example US dollars. 1 US dollars is equal to, we see the equal sign here. We want to convert US dollars to leons, for example, and then we say 1 US dollars is equal to 13,000 leons as an example. So once we have our 13,000 here, we mention the currency also, which is leons. We can pick from the drop down list. Now when we look the first line here, we can see rate $1 is equal to 13,000 leons. Now immediately we make these entries, we can see that US dollar has automatically appeared here and leons have automatically appeared here. All we need to do now is to insert the amount of US dollars that we want to convert to leons. Once we enter that amount here, the conversion is automatically done and the amount, that is the results, appear in this box here. Now let's go and try entering 100 US dollars. 100. Once we enter 100 US dollars, we click outside, we can see that $1 US is converted to leons, and that gives us 1,300,000 leons. Now once we have this, we have buttons on this side here. The first button says dashboard. This can take us back to the dashboard. This button says date. When we click on it, the date appears here on the date box. Let's click on that. Date, and the date appears there. Now this other button here says save as PDF. Now that means when we click on this button, this area here, that is this first slip here, conversion slip, higher value to lower value, this slip is going to be saved as a PDF on our desktop. Let's do that and see quickly. I click on that and then it's done, it's saved on our desktop. So to see it, we can go down to the desktop and then we find it. It's here. Let me drag it and bring it out here. It says conversion slip, and then when we click on the conversion slip, we can see it will open up as a PDF. Let's wait for the computer to open it up, and then that's it. I'm getting opened. And then we see it here as a PDF file now. Matrix currency converter, we see the date 19 June 2022, conversion slip, higher value rate to lower value rate. We see here to lower value currency, we see here rate $1 US is equal to 13,000 leons, and then we see the amount $100 then, 100 US dollars then is equal to 1,300,000 leons. Now once we have that, we can close this PDF and then we get back to the application. Now here we are back on the application. Once we are done entering this conversion, and when we have another conversion to enter, that is when we have another amount of US dollars to enter or to convert again, or another amount of any other currency to convert, we simply refresh. Refreshing means we delete all the data that is already in these cells here. When to do that, we simply click on this click to refresh button, and when we click on it, it deletes all the data. Let's do that. We click on that and all the data is gone now. The data is deleted. Now here, once the data is deleted, if we want to make another entry again, that is we want to make another conversion, we simply come here and pick the currency from which we are converting. We can take euros for example, and then we want to convert euros to leons again. We can simply enter the rate here and then we pick the drop down. Again we pick an item here that is a currency from this drop down list. Now this drop down list has a source. I will take you to the source right now. I will drag to this other side here, and then this is the source of the drop down list. Here, any item that you want to add on the drop down list, you add it here, and any item that you want to remove from the drop down list also, you remove it from here. Now from there we can come back and see the second part of the converter. Now here we are converting from lower value to higher value currency. The technique is the same. We simply get in here, this box, that is where we pick the amount, that is where we pick the currency from which we are converting. We are converting leons for example to US dollars. Here let's look for US dollars. Now the rate, let's come and fill the rate. The rate to buy US dollars, we pay 14,000 leons for example to buy $1 US. So we can read this line which says rate 14,000 leons is equal to $1 US. Now we want to convert. How much do we want to convert? For example, we want to convert 2 million leons and see how much will that give us in US dollars. We simply enter 2 million leons there, 2 million leons entered, and then we automatically see that it says 142.86 US dollars. So 2 million leons is equal to 142.86 US dollars according to the example rate that we have given here. We said 1 US dollar is equal to 14,000 leons. Again, we can simply come back here and see that we can enter our date from this button. We click and the date appears automatically. We can save as a PDF by clicking this button, and then we can refresh by simply clicking the click to refresh button, and all the data is gone. Now from there we can get back to the dashboard. Now here in the dashboard we can continue to order to the other buttons here, other conversions that we can do. The currency has been seen. Now we get in the temperature conversion and see how it works. The temperature conversion, when we click, it opens up the conversion area, and then we are here. Now we can see degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. Degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what we have here. 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the conversion rate. Now when we say 100 degrees Celsius, for example, we enter 100 degrees there, hit enter on our keyboard, it gives us 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Now from there we can also test this by converting degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Let's try putting 212 degrees Fahrenheit here, and we should expect 100 degrees Celsius on this other side, because that's the conversion we have just entered in the first line here. Now let's do that here. 212, we hit enter, and we can see it gives us 100 degrees Celsius. Now this is how this one also works, temperature conversion from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. From there we get back to the dashboard and we can come into miles and then kilometers. Sometimes we want to convert miles to kilometers or kilometers to miles. Again, the conversion rate says here, convert miles to kilometers. 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. As we enter the number of miles that we want to convert here, it automatically converts that to kilometers here. When we enter 20 miles, that gives us 32.81 kilometers. And we can also convert kilometers to miles here. Now let's take this same rate, this same amount of miles here, 38.18 kilometers. Let's enter that here. 38.18 kilometers should give us this should give us 20 miles. Let me hit enter, and then we can see not 38, it was supposed to be 32. So let me just get back here and rectify that. 8 to 32, it gives us exactly the 20 miles here. So 20 miles is equal to 32.18 kilometers. As we saw here, 20 miles is equal to 32.18 kilometers. Now from there we can get out again and get to the dashboard to pick something else. This is the liters to gallons. When we click on that, it takes us to liters to gallons, and then we see here the conversion rate. 1 gallon is equal to 4.5 liters imperial gallons. When we enter the number of gallons that we want to convert to liters, it automatically converts it here. We can try with 10. We can try that with 10, and it automatically converts it here. And from here also we can try also with 10 and see what it gives us on this other side here. So this is how this one also works, the conversion of liters to gallons or gallons to liters. From there we get back to the dashboard and visit the pounds and kilograms. The same technique works. You enter what you want to convert on one side and it is automatically converted on the other side. And then here also the same thing. Then we get back here, and then we see the feet and meters. The same thing, the same procedures again. We enter what we want to enter in one cell, and then it converts it on the other cell here. We say 100 meters should be equal to how many feet. For example, when we put 100 here, it will calculate that automatically and give us how many feet will that be. Let's try that. 100, and then we can see is 328.084 feet. Now from there we can get back to the dashboard, and then we come and look at inches and centimeters. The same procedure again works. Enter what you want to convert on one cell here, and it appears on the other cell. Same thing applies here. Now from there we just have to look at one simple thing here. Now these cells where the results appear, they are not editable. When you click on them, nothing happens. You can only enter data in the cells that are editable. That is the cells where you can enter the amount that you want to convert. This works with all the conversions here, inches to centimeters, temperature conversion, and all of them that are listed here. This is how it works. Now once we complete that, we can simply get back to the converter. We can see the converter here, and get back to the home page to conclude the tour of this application, which was an application that I built to make conversion easy, currency conversion and other units also. So that's the end of this presentation. And then to shut down the application, we hold down the shift key on our keyboard, and then we click on this close button up here, click that, and then there is a dialog box that comes, and then we say save all, and then we say confirm. We confirm that, and then the application is closed. We are back on our desktop.